hits total as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 3-1. As of today, the Twins sit in third place in the American League Central. The White Sox sit in second place in the AL Central Division. The Astros grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 5-4. Right now, the Astros are in third place in the AL West. The Royals sit in fourth place in the American League Central Division. The Nationals totaled 13 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Braves 8-1. Heading into today, the Nationals sit in first place in the National League East Division. The Braves sit in third place in the National League East Division. The San Diego Padres combined for a 4-hitter as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 3-0. Looking at the standings, the Phillies sit in last place in the National League East. The Padres are in second place in the NL West. The Cubs finished off a 2-game sweep as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 4-2. It was their 5th straight victory. At the moment, the Cubs sit in second place in the National League Central. The Reds are in second place in the NL Central. The Pittsburgh Pirates snapped their 5-game losing streak as they cruised to the win against the Tigers 7-1. As of today, the Pirates are in last place in the NL Central. The Tigers are atop the AL Central. The Brew Crew hit 3 long balls as they beat the Cardinals on the road 9-5. Heading into today, the Cardinals are atop the NL Central. The Brewers are in fourth place in the NL Central. Nolan Arenado drove in an impressive 5 with 2 home runs, leading the Rockies to a win over the Giants 6-3. Right now, the Rockies sit in last place in the National League West Division. The Giants are in fourth place in the NL West. The Los Angeles Dodgers got together to allow 4 hits as they made it a laugher against the Diamondbacks 11-1. At the moment, the Dodgers sit in first place in the National League West Division. The Diamondbacks sit in second place in the National League West Division. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
A great start to the weekend here as we've got baseball from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Tonight, the Yankees. Yankee baseball starts now. CC Sabathia, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, this will be his second start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
Nori Aoki heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Left fielder, number 42.
Underway now on a Friday night as the first pitch of our series misses for ball 1. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, EK, they come into this one in decent form as despite the loss last time out, they've won 6 of their last 9.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of putting yesterday behind you. It wasn't their finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think we'll see a sharper focus here in this one.
Tries to dump this one out to left. And that's in there, a base hit. So the leadoff man is on here to get this one underway.
It's definitely a good start when you're facing a guy like this in his home park. You've got to find a way to put some pressure on him. You don't want him to get settled out there.
Leonis Martin will stand in, and you see the average there, up over 300 to start the new season. Lays off 1-0, and set up working the plate is Larry Bullard, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, my man Larry, he's solid. Rarely do many people get upset with his calling of the strike zone because it doesn't really seem like he favors any one part of the zone more than another.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike. Sabathia pauses. Here it is on 2-1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Nobody out, runner on first. And Sabathia misses here. It runs full now, 3-2. Following next is Nelson Cruz. He waits on deck. Ready now with the payoff pitch. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out.
Yep, a single and then a walk to start the inning. But this is exactly how big innings get started. So they're set up now to maybe put up a crooked number here.
Nelson Cruz steps up to the plate with a great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
And you know, you hear it all the time, but scoring first really is a big deal in this game. Statistically, your chance of winning the game goes up quite a bit when you score first. So this is a big opportunity right now.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
And you can bet they'll pitch him carefully with a couple guys on base.
First and second here with nobody out. Oh, and trouble lurking now. He's got it to 2-0.
And now on 2-0, you can't just lay a fastball in there, or he could make this a 3-0 game before you know it.
The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. It's 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
That's 3-1.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever a sound strategy in anybody's book.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
That's the second walk he's allowed here in the first inning. And I have a feeling if you ask his manager, he's going to say that that's way too many already. You can't go giving away base runners, or you're going to find yourself in a big hole early on.
Kyle Seager will dig in now. Couple of hits in 5 trips to the plate back on Wednesday. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. And I think he's going to have to summon up every bit of his experience to get out of this one.
He's certainly been through it before. If anybody can do it, he can.
And he falls behind 0-2. And a swing and a miss on a huge first out there as he sets him down swinging with the bases loaded.
This is what Cy Young Award winners do. When they get in trouble, that's when they're at their toughest, and he comes through with a big strikeout there.
Here's Franklin Gutierrez. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He'll check in here at 256. No home runs just yet, and 7 driven in. Bases are loaded here, 1 man out. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Bases are loaded with only 1 out. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Just did manage to catch that one with the last 2 inches of his glove. That could have been trouble.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Heading out towards shallow right. Beltran is there. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third as this should get him on the board. And he is out at the plate on a great throw by Beltran. A couple of walks, but no damage. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. Nate Carnes will be on the mound for the series opener. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, Matty, in his last start, he went 6 innings. Didn't have a favorable outcome, ended up taking the loss, but he was relatively decent. We'll look to build on that here.
And there you see Jacoby Ellsbury as he'll lead things off here in the home half of the first.
Center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. And EK, you take a look at these Mariners entering play here tonight. Fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
They've had to fly cross country here to start this road trip, so these will be a pretty telling next few series to see what this team's really made of.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And certainly no offer at that one. It's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
And tough fastball to lay off on 1-2, but he did, and it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Ground ball right side. Lind has it. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone here to start the home first. And with 1 away, today, of course, Jackie Robinson Day around Major League Baseball. We had a nice ceremony before the game in honor of number 42 as his legacy lives on to this day. Brett Gardner will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, this guy's hitting over 300 on the year now, and he had a good performance yesterday as well.
He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. This one's a strike. It's one. Now here's the pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Bases are empty. 1 man out. To 2-2 now.
Well, I just don't think he was expecting that one, and it was the perfect time to just take a little off.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, when you have a guy 2-2, you can throw something out of the zone, try and get him to chase, but when it's that far below the strike zone, it becomes a lot easier to lay off.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Hot shot on the ground to short. Marte comes up with it in time to first, and there are 2 away.
So far, this is a great start to the night. He's keeping that ball down in the zone, and he gets back-to-back groundouts to start things off. And in a hitter's park like this, he's going to need a lot more of those going forward.
Standing in now, Alex Rodriguez. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. He'll come in here at 263. 4 home runs and 8 runs batted in. And A-Rod swings and misses at that one. He's in a quick 0-2 hole now.
And this is going to be important against a team like this. You can't let them get into too many hitters counts because they'll tear you apart.
2 out, nobody on. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a 3rd time.
Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. After 1, no score. Robinson Cano will stand in here in a matchup of 2 guys who know each other pretty well.
Yeah, teammates for a long time, and I'd say that maybe favors the hitter a little bit, but I guess it could work both ways.
Sabathia gets the sign. First pitch on its way. And there's the slider from Sabathia as he jumps ahead, 0-1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. 1-2, here it comes. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Well, it's really not too hard to figure out what the game plan is on a guy like this. You cannot give him anything up around the belt that he can drive. So you're going to see that all 4 pitches are either mid-thigh or below, and that's right about where you're going to want to be pitching against a guy like this.
Here's Adam Lind. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball one. The average sits at 303 entering play. 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Swing and a little tapper, but it gets foul. No score here as we play inning number 2. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Everything away here, and with pretty good reason.
Yeah, they'll say, left field, it's all yours. You want to beat us that way? Go ahead and do it.
Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And now this ball's lifted in the air down the right field line, but this will get back into the seats, so the count holds at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side.
Oh, you better have to pay attention to this guy right now. He is heating it up. 7 straight games now with that hit.
Chris Iannetta takes his first shot here with a runner at first now and 1 away. He's set. Here it comes. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. That's wide. 2-0. Very patient here in these opening few innings.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to need to do. The more hitters counts that you can get yourself in, the more fastballs you're going to see. And this is a good fastball hitting team.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. Here's Castro for 1. On to first, and that's 2 innings and 2 double plays they've hit into so far as the inning is over. 1 hit's all they get. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. The first baseman, Mark Teixeira, will stride in now. 2 hits for him, including a home run in last night's contest.
Well, you look at the average on the season, guys, and he's not sneaky.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
Shot toward right center. And this inning starts with a solid base hit.
Batting fifth, right fielder, Carlos Beltran.
Carlos Beltran will stand in for the first time now, coming off a 3-hit contest in the loss last night. From the stretch. And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball. 1-0. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. A quick out number 1.
And this is right where they wanted this thing. You see it on show track there. They wanted to take him up around the letters, hoping for the pop-up, and that's exactly what they got.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. And a bouncing ball, foul. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
1-2 now as that's in there at the knees. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Well, that's just your classic 0-2 changeup right there. And what he's trying to do there is to get that hitter's aggressiveness to work against him. And he just goes fishing in the dirt for a bad pitch and an easy punch-out.
Into the box now, Greg Bird, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And this is a fastball that's right on the black, but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now.
A couple of tight pitches here to start this at bat. You can't really say you're getting squeezed, but he's not really getting any help either.
2-0, here it is. Swung on, missed, 2-1.
And this is a guy who will not get cheated up there, and he almost came out of his shoes on that one.
2-1 pitch, a knuckle curve swung on and missed, 2-2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
2-2 count. Here it comes. And a check swing here, but he holds up far too late as it's strike 3 and the inning is over. 1 left for the Yankees. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Ketel Marte will stand in, 1 for 4 back in Wednesday's contest.
Ketel Marte.
And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike 1.
And I think he'll keep riding that pitch until these guys prove they can do something with it.
Chop foul right at home plate. Sabathia's ready. Here it is on 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
A good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. Now, I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
And that misses 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Beltran. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Left fielder, Nori Aoki.
Nori Aoki will dig in here. He singled to open up the ball game.
And it was a nice at-bat, too, Matty. He looked really, really comfortable up there.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Teixeira's up with it, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, the center fielder, Leonis Martin.
Into the box, Leonis Martin. He drew a walk his first time up. And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. Not close. It's 2-0.
Yeah, they're being really careful with this guy. Remember, they walked him the first time around, and now they're behind 2-0 to him right here.
Three and 0 now.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove one.
Third inning, no score to this point. Comes with a slider, 3-0, but gets it over for strike 1.
He can afford to be patient here because all he's looking to do is get on base and do his damage from there.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Nice job there by CC Sabathia. Still 0-0. Starlin Castro digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Second baseman, Starlin Castro.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. And oh, look out! Up and in and nearly took his head off.
Safe to say, guys don't care much for that location. That'll get you riled up the plate, no doubt.
Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1 and 2. It's a swinging bunt up the line. Seager with the bare hand. It's there. He got him.
Woo, no problem. And, you know, sometimes these guys make it look so easy, we forget how difficult it is to make a play like that. Not only did he barehand this ball, but he also made a sweet throw on the run over to first base. So often you'll see a guy airmail or short hop a throw like that because of the bad grip you have on the ball. But not in this case. That's a nice play.
Here's Didi Gregorius. This is well struck. High and deep toward the left field corner. Aoki is back to the warning track, and he's able to put it away for the second out.
Hey, if you came here to see offense in this ballgame, sit back and relax just a little bit. Both of these pitchers are absolutely dueling it out right now.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and it's back to the top of the order now for Jacoby Ellsbury. Into the windup and the pitch. And the first pitch here is below the knees, but he gets him to chase it, and it's 0-1. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. drilled down the line, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. Frozen on the fastball. Never had a chance, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless. Nelson Cruz will stand in. He took home a Silver Slugger Award for American League outfielders a year ago.
Nelson Cruz.
Sabathia into his motion. Here's the first pitch. Right back to work is Sabathia as he gets ahead of the first batter here. 0-1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the fourth inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit. Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. Bat explodes as this has popped up.
Wow, just a jam sandwich right there, and all he's holding is about half of his bat. Those look like the kind of bats I used to swing with.
Hard hit ball to second. Gloved by Castro. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the fourth.
Now batting, third baseman, Kyle Seager.
Kyle Seager is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
And that was a huge strikeout at the time because there were 2 runners in scoring position. And it's never fun to walk back to the dugout knowing that you left RBIs on the table.
He pulls this one into right. He'll take this in without much trouble, and 2 are gone here to start the fourth.
The minute he hits that, he's thinking it's a base hit all the way, but this is one of those situations where you get penalized for hitting the ball too hard. And this stayed up long enough to find the outfielder's glove out there.
Here's Franklin Gutierrez.
Right fielder, Franklin Gutierrez.
As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. A windup and the 0-1. That's it to short. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 8 in a row he's set down, and the side is retired. We'll see the speedy Brett Gardner start things out when we come back. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. And here is Brett Gardner now. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
Number 42.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Gutierrez sprinting after it. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away.
Boy, and he's come out with a plan against these hitters, and he's executed that plan to perfection here early on. That's 7 in a row now he's set down.
Alex Rodriguez in now. He went down looking at his first trip to the plate.
Well, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. You wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
He's getting a lot of outs right now because he's attacking the hitters. He's not dancing around the zone.
Well, and he took something off of it there. It's 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Swing and a miss by A-Rod, so he becomes a strikeout victim here.
And so far he's been real effective using that inside part of the plate tonight. I don't think that pitch was even in the strike zone, and Show Track will confirm that for us right now. But I guess he felt like it was close enough that he had to take a rip at it.
Mark Teixeira will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
Boy, we're more than halfway through this game, and he's thrown a first pitch strike to 70% of the batters he's faced, so he's pitching very, very well right now.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Way outside. 1-2. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Off-speed pitch, and this one runs in and nearly gets him here.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
Tried to fool him with the changeup, but he won't offer at it. 3-2.
So many times pitchers will get ahead, then they'll start to mess around, and the next thing you know, it's a full count like it is here.
Bounce to the right into the loaded up infield, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. We'll see Robinson Cano when we come back. We played 4 full, and we are tied 0-0. And here is Robinson Cano. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Baseman, Robinson Cano.
Sabathia sets his sights. First. Here's the 0-1. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone, then maybe your offense can go from there.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
No leadoff walk just yet as that finds the strike zone, and the count comes full at 3-2. Right side. Castro's got it. A spin and a throw. And a spin throw gets him at first. A fine play there for the first out.
I think we expected to see a well-pitched game coming in, and we got one. Starting to look like the team who scores first might be the one who wins.
Striding into the box, Adam Lind. He reached on a single in his first try. Sabathia really putting all of his body behind that fastball. It's strike one.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
And this is swung on and missed by Lind as he falls behind 0-2 now. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
And you just get the sense that he's got it on cruise control out there now. Make it 9 in a row he's set down.
Chris Iannetta.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and standing in now the catcher Chris Iannetta. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more, and this will find the wall out near the visitors' bullpen, and he'll make it in there with a 2-out double.
Now batting.
Well, this is one of the few mistakes he's made all game long. Not too many guys have made solid contact so far, but he squared that one up pretty well.
Stepping in now, Ketel Marte, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. He's at second with his second double of this young season. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
Boy, what a nice job so far of working himself into a hitter's count. Now he can go to work on maybe picking up that 2-out RBI out of the 9-hole.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Yeah, it looked like he was well on his way to a quick inning, but now a hit and a 3-0 count have turned the tables on that idea.
And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
The batter, left fielder, Nori Aoki.
Nori Aoki digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
Just because he's thrown 5 straight balls doesn't make this an automatic take, especially for a guy in this part of the lineup.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
A 2-out hit here would be nice, but a 2-out walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either.
2 down, runners at first and second. Fastball is looked at for strike 2. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Boy, nothing's really come easy for him so far on the mound. He's had to work for everything, and now he's got to deal with another full count.
Sent on the ground out to second. Castro has it. Throw on to first will be in time, and the Mariner rally gets turned away as the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More in a moment on the show, the Friday Night Showcase. Carlos Beltran comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. The pitch count there, 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. Living a little dangerously here.
Yeah, you don't have to go looking for trouble. Trouble will find you if you're putting pitches there.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Sharply hit ball back up the middle. And this is going to get on through into center, a leadoff hit.
Yeah, and guys, there's a look at his line through the first few innings. Pretty dominant so far. Just the second hit he's allowed tonight, and the first one didn't wind up hurting him at all. So we'll see if he can get out of this inning as well.
Brian McCann will dig in now. The American League's Silver Slugger behind the plate a year ago. Into the seats, 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A runner at first with no outs here. Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes. Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now.
A lot of pitches away here, which is smart given that short porch and right.
Pulled toward right center field. After it is Martin. Makes the play, 1 away.
Whoa, and as a pitcher, you'll hold your breath anytime a ball's hit in the air at this place. But luckily, he got under this ball a little bit too much, and that runner has to retreat back to first base.
Into the box now, Greg Bird. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
First pitch fastball in on the fists for ball 1. Runners on first with 1 down. In there, and it's even at 1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
All right, now that fastball has been so good, he really hasn't needed any of his secondary pitches. Another good heater there.
Here's Starlin Castro. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one.
You know, maybe the most impressive thing about his performance so far, he's doing it all in a hitter's ballpark. Now, it's hard to come in here and pitch like this, but he's done a heck of a job.
One 0 count. Here it is. Push.
This is what you call an ambush swing right here. You're hitting in the back of the order. You're looking dead red early in the count, kind of just hoping the pitcher might relax and forget about you for a minute. Then you get that fastball middle in, and you jump all over it.
Here's Didi Gregorius. As the first pitch here is a bit high, it's ball one.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. One and one. Here it is. Up high. 2-1 now. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. Grounded to the right. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
And you can see the pitching coach heading for the mound. And this is nothing more than just trying to reassure your guy and give him a chance to compose himself. And he's been great so far, so there's no reason to think that he can't work out of this.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in now, and suddenly the bases are loaded here with 2 away.
Yeah, this sort of came out of nowhere, didn't it? But when you've got a guy reeling out there like he really doesn't know what hit him, boy, it's time to put the pedal down.
And double-barreled action now in the Mariner bullpen as both a left-hander and a right-hander start to throw. First pitch of the at-bat. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. So now, after very few problems the first few innings, he's got himself into quite a pickle here.
And it's no surprise, it's the top of this lineup that's giving him fits.
The 0-1. This is on the ground to short. Is he going to get out of this? He is. They get the force at second base, and the inning is over. So a strong start on the mound as he's blanked him through the first 5. 5 innings complete, and we still have no score. Leonis Martin makes his way to the box to lead us off in the 6th inning.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
Hit hard up the middle. Gregorius has it. Spin throw. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out.
Maybe a turning point here in a tie ball game. They catch a break. They get the infield single on this ball. Now what will they do from there? They've got tons of options.
Stepping in, Nelson Cruz. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. First pitch on its way. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. Hard liner to center field. In there, a base hit.
Yeah, if you're going to start an at-bat with a pitch out, it means you're willing to let a guy hit from ahead in the count. And we all know that batting averages are much higher on 1-0 than they are on 0-1. They've learned the hard way there.
Here comes Yankee manager Joe Girardi on his way to the mound. And he's going to make a move. That'll be all tonight for CC Sabathia. So he'll leave with a couple of runners aboard that are his responsibility, meaning he'd be happy to get out of here with a no decision. Chasen Shreve will take over on the mound now here in the 6th inning.
Number 42, Chasen Shreve.
Kyle Seager will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Now a chopper to first. Might only get one. One there.
Oh, there is so much that can go wrong with this play right here. This will give us a great angle to look at it. Look where he fields this thing. Then as he goes to throw it, stop it right there. He's got no real direct lane to the bag. Now, we've seen guys screw this up all the time. They throw it off the runner's back. They hit someone's helmet. Anything can go wrong. But he's able to avoid that danger here as he gets that force at second base.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Franklin Gutierrez stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0.
And the M's just need that one big hit that's been eluding them.
And it's a called strike to even the count at 1.
Well, it's just game 1 of this series, but you almost have to wonder if they forgot to pack their offense when they got on the plane. It's been nowhere to be found so far.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Very high, 2-1. Working away pretty much exclusively here so far.
And I don't think they're doing it to set up anything on the inside part of the plate. I doubt they're going to give him anything to pull.
High in the air and deep to left center field. Ellsbury going back. Gone! So a 3-run shot to left center, and the M's have taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, this is the chance you take when you work up in the zone like this. I mean, this is right in his happy zone, and he jumps all over it and sends it right over the wall.
Robinson Cano will stand in now following the home run. And you wonder if that losing streak is about to go by the wayside.
Well, they're not home yet, but certainly this has been a much better performance than we've seen out of them for a while now. So all signs seem to be pointing to a potential victory.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike 1. That last home run believed to be in the neighborhood of 424 feet. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive to center field. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1-for-3 game so far.
Well, that base hit is going to get his hit streak to 6 games now, so he's swinging it.
Adam Lind will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. And here's a fastball called for strike one. Seems like they're showing a lot of faith in this guy, leaving him out there.
And I think you appreciate that as a pitcher, but sometimes when you don't have it, you don't have it. Looks like this is going to be one of those times.
0-1, here's the pitch. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Good waist pitch, 1-2.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. After it is Gardner. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Yeah, it looked like this might be much more off the bat, but this ballpark has really played large tonight. And, you know, we've seen a few balls right now really get knocked down out there.
Ready now, Chris Iannetta. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
And remember, he jumped all over that first pitch, so don't be surprised if he does it here again.
A changeup floats outside here for ball one. Three runs already home here. And this one's on the inside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top. And just fire that thing in there.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. But the Mariners pick up 3 in the inning on this 3-run home run. On to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 3-0 Seattle. Brett Gardner will stand in to lead things off, as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, and between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure.
Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Swing and a little blooper to center. Marte onto the grass. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
You can't underestimate how important a start this is when your team's on a losing streak. He has been phenomenal. And it's all thanks to him that they've got a good shot at ending this thing.
Alex Rodriguez stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And low, it's a ball and a strike.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. So getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Ball 2. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. To short, hit hard. And the throw here is going to get him at first. Excellent range there at short, and there are 2 away now.
And I'll tell you what, a 3-0 lead with the way this guy's throwing must look like a 10-0 lead to these guys. I mean, they just haven't been able to solve him at all so far.
2 away now in the Yankees' 6th, and here's the dangerous Mark Teixeira. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And this misses outside and a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
And a good heater as he just watches this baby. A ball and a strike.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
A strike away now from getting through 6 shutout innings here, and that's no small feat against this lineup.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Hit hard back up the middle. Backhanded. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. Still down 3-0. Back here in the Bronx. The Mariners out in front of this one as we move to the 7th, but before it gets underway, let's give you a look at the game summary to this point. Aroldis Chapman will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Aroldis Chapman.
Ketel Marte will stand in here to start the 7th in a game that's been sailing along to this point.
Yeah, good thing we don't get paid by the hour, man. This game has flown by.
And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Outside for a ball, 1-1. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. One thing that man right there will not tolerate: leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
3-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
100 miles an hour is hard. A high 100, impossible to get on top of.
Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Chapman has the target. Here's the 3-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Gardner is there. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now
Well,
batting,
I'll tell you what, this won't look like a whole lot in the box score, but anytime you can make a pitcher use up 8 pitches to get you out, you've done your job as a hitter.
Nori Aoki will step in, a ground out victim as last time. Here's the first pitch to him. Off speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. 1 out, nobody on. Up top, it's 2-0. Two and 0 count. Here it comes. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that one. It just got on him too fast.
Wanted to go after the slider, but he holds off. 3-1. And that misses for ball 4.
He thought he had him right there. You can see him looking to home plate asking, where was that? Was it high? You got to be kidding me.
Anthony Swarzak will come on and pitch here with 1 gone in the top of the 7th.
42, Anthony Swarzak.
Leonis Martin will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand in with a runner at first and 1 away. And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
A ball and no strikes. Here it is. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Now a throw over to first, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely.
Keeping him close.
And a fastball not close. It's 2-1 now. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
And this is on the ground to first. Could be 2. There's 1. Back to Teixeira, and it's not in time as they just get to 1.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Nelson Cruz. He singled his last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Runner goes for second. Pitch outside. The throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
And I think everybody in the ballpark knew that he was going to be running with 2 away. But even when you know it's coming, he's still hard to get a handle on. And he's into scoring position now with that stolen base.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. In the dirt here. Throw goes to third, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Well, yeah, this is going to be a pitch in the dirt. And as a runner, it's hard sometimes to tell whether you should advance or not. But I think the catcher just lost sight of this thing just for a moment, and as soon as he reads that at second base, he's off for third.
A strike, and it's 2-1.
Oh, and a good fastball hitter here. To me, that's a little surprising that he wouldn't be swinging away on 2-0.
Ball 3. Kyle Seager would be next. Oh, now a ball hit up the middle, and it's going to get on through into center field for a base hit. In to score is the runner from third. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
Lead right now, and that will be awfully tough to overcome this late in the ball game.
Kyle Seager steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. A runner on first with 2 away. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Hit out towards second. Scooped up. Throw on to Teixeira is going to be in time, and with it, the inning is over. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. 7th inning stretch time now here in the Bronx. It's the Mariners 4 and the Yankees nothing. Carlos Beltran will start things off here for the Pinstripers. He'll be followed by Brian McCann waiting in the on-deck circle.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
Now a swing and a fly ball. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Line drive to left. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. Oh, and this goes right past him. Around second is Beltran. He's headed for third. And he will make it all the way to third now, as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. So some real problems out there that time, as it'll wind up in E7. Brian McCann will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. A little bouncer. That's a foul ball. And another foul ball. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Where do you go from here?
I think he's set up for something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, you won't come within a foot of it.
Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. Cano fields it cleanly. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
You know, that's the beautiful thing about a 4-run lead. You can give up runs to get outs at this stage of the game. That's going to cut the lead to 3, but at this point, they'll take it.
In now, Greg Bird. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
And a good job here of making him throw a lot of pitches. He probably doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank, so the more you make him work, the better your chances of getting a mistake.
But good hands over there at first, and that becomes out number 2.
Up next,
well, don't worry. I'll tell you, if you keep hitting the ball like this, sooner or later it's going to even out as the season goes on. Just a little unlucky right there as he hits that ball right at him.
Here comes the Seattle skipper on his way to the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So his final line will show 6 2/3 innings pitched. He was very effective out there, no doubt.
Your attention, please.
A new pitcher coming on. It's the Dominican-born right-hander Joel Peralta. Here's Starlin Castro as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And a fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And he'll try to hold up in time, but to no avail as he went around, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error in the inning, and no one left on base. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The M's lead it 4-1. Dylan Betances will be summoned from the bullpen now, so he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Dylan Betances.
Franklin Gutierrez will stand in again as we flash you back here to inning number 6. This was his 3-run home run that's really been the key blow to this point in the ball game. too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball one.
And think about it. In game one of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend.
First two pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
And you go back to the call on that very first pitch, how important that was. Now instead of a 1-1 count, you're at 2-0 with a really dangerous hitter up there.
Got his 2-0 fastball, but he was way behind. 2-1.
And I think there's a certain number 42 that used to pitch here. He'd be awfully proud of that cutter.
Betances sets. Here's the 2-1. 2-1 pitch. A knuckle curve swung on and missed. 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Well, there's the true definition of a power arm out of the bullpen. He just reared back and said, go ahead, try to hit it. And he blew that four-seamer right by the guy.
Here's Robbie Cano now, as he'll take strike one on the inside corner.
You know, it's just so tough to pick out a pitch that you want against a guy like this. Everything he throws is either on a corner or moving like crazy. He's not the kind of guy that's going to give you a lot of options up there to hit.
Eighth inning, 4-1 is our score. And he misses with it. 1-1.
And that fastball of his definitely catches your attention. I mean, especially when it's on the inner half.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, now he's got to be saying, this is the wrong time for that strike zone to start shrinking. You need that to be a strike.
1 out, nobody on. And they'll back him off a bit with a fastball in, but it's 3-1 now.
And whatever you do, you can't let that previous call eat at you. You've got to come back with your best pitch here on 3-1.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full. 3-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
I'd say he's made a pretty good impression since coming on. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts to start the inning.
Adam Lind stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
Too high, and it's 3-0. You figure he's taken now on the 3-ball count?
Maybe even taken 2.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And the count will be full. And that's low, ball 4.
Now batting, catcher Chris
Ivanova will take over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
Yankees, number 42, Ivanova.
Chris Iannetta will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. That evens it up 1-1. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch down the third baseline. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. 2 out with the man at first. Got him swinging in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. 1 left for Seattle as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Leading off the inning, Didi Gregorius, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. First pitch misses here to the leadoff man in the inning. The number 9 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1.
Yeah, hard to believe that's not a strike. I don't know exactly where that would have missed.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Off the corner with the splitter. It's 2-0.
You got to think one thing here. Get on base. A walk will do the trick.
Here it comes, 2-0. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this will get foul. 2-1. Set to deliver on 2-1. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Third foul ball in a row, and this is turning into a pretty good at-bat. Set to deal on 2-2. Grounded to third. There is Seager. Throw in the dirt to first, and he can't come up with it cleanly.
The batter.
I don't know if there's anything really to pinpoint about this play. It might have been one of those where he never really got a good grip on the baseball, and he winds up kind of throwing a sinker across the diamond to first base, and it skips right on by.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
He's set, and the pitch. Hit well on the ground to first. To second for one. On to first, and the rally ends just as quickly as it began. 2 away now here in the 8th.
Oh, that's a sweet play coming off the bag. This ball's pretty much smashed right at him. So he takes it on the one hop and then fires on to second to start the 3-6-3.
Your attention, please. Now
So with a lefty waiting, they'll go to a lefty of their own out of the bullpen here. Brett Gardner will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
Here comes the first pitch. Very weakly on the ground. Foul ball, however, strike one. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Oh, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call on that 2-seamer running in.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Now this pitch sails up and in, and that leaves him muttering to himself. It's ball 2. Can't imagine guys like that too much.
Yeah, not too much indeed. You start getting into the danger area when it's up and in that high.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. The Yanks held in check. They trail it 4-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show as we are back at Yankee Stadium for the beginning of the 8th. Kicking off the top of the 9th, Ketel Marte, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well,
2-0 now. 2-0 pitch on the way. All over the place to start the 9th. It's 3-0 now.
And it goes without saying, but this has to be in the strike zone. You don't want him on base to start off the inning.
no doubt about this one. It's in there, 3-1.
Yeah, no mistake about that one. That one's right there.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. But this will land untouched. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. That's lifted the other way out to left. Gardner's after it. One away.
And that's a nice comeback from down 3-0 to get the fly ball out. This is a guy who did not want to walk, so he made sure the next few pitches were at least in the strike zone.
Nori Aoki stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Chopper, foul. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Daddy at 1-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Ready on 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. 1 out, nobody on. Liner toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a 2-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
Leonis Martin gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Gardner is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
Well, you know, he had the right idea up there, so at least you know he's thinking. He tried to go the other way with this ball, but he got under it just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field.
Nelson Cruz ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that 3rd hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
First offering on its way. And this one's in the dirt. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
Well, here's another look at this on Show Track. And actually, this pitch might not even show up on the graphic. That's how far away from the plate it was. And this will let that base runner take a nice little stroll up to second base.
Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time.
And this is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. 2 out here and a runner at second. back up the middle, and that'll get through. It's into center, a base hit. Around third now is Aoki, and he will beat the throw to McCann, safe at home plate.
Well, when you break it all down, there are three things you got to have to be successful: pitching, defense, and the clutch hitting. These guys have been able to ride all three so far. That's a big 2-out RBI there.
Kyle Seager strides in, grounded out his last time through. Has a look, now the pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Not close. It's 2-0.
I think he's letting this situation get the better of him out there. But you have to have a short memory if you're a relief pitcher. You can't dwell on what just happened.
And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here it is. And he lays off again, ball 3.
You got to make sure if you come inside, you come way inside. You leave it out a bit, he's liable to hit that thing in the second deck.
A runner on first with 2 away. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
Oh, you know he wanted that one. Now the inning will continue, and a guy moves up into scoring position here.
Franklin Gutierrez comes forward as he'll try to replicate what he did back in the 6th, that being a home run, of course. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
And that's what he needed here with 2 outs. He couldn't afford to fall behind another guy here in the inning, so that's a good job to jump in that driver's seat with strike 1.
Here comes the 0-1. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance. Hit hard down the right field line, but foul. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Castro has got it, and the side is retired. M's pick up a run on 2 hits. Heart of the order 3, 4, and 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. The Mariners lead it 5-1. Striding in to start the 9th, Alex Rodriguez, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat, 0-1.
And even though that pitch did fool him, it was a hanging breaking ball, and so if he's looking for an off-speed pitch, that could have been big trouble.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. Here it comes on 1-1. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there. Right on the corner, 2-2.
And now at the plate, here's where you got to put yourself in the pitcher's head and figure out, what would I throw on a 2-2 pitch?
The 2-2 pitch. Hot shot down the line. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard. The throw into second. And he is in there.
Well, I think this was a little bit of a gamble from my perspective. I had a feeling that he'd take a big turn around first and then hold on, but he was having none of that. He's smelling two all the way, and he's going to make it there with a hustle double.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira, now, as he'll take one on the inside corner at the knees. It's strike one. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Shot towards second, but there is the second baseman, Cano, for the first out.
Now, story of the ball game right there, and that's how it goes sometimes in baseball. The hard hit balls find gloves, and the little dribblers find holes.
Here's Carlos Beltran. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. One out and a runner on second base. And there's ball one.
You can't worry at all about that runner at second. I mean, his run means nothing. Just go right at the guy at the plate.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Yeah, that finds a zone, but some of these pitches are getting a little too much elevation. That could come back to bite him.
And this is off the glove of Iannetta. It gets away. Throw goes over to third, and he'll make it to third here on what will likely be ruled a passed ball.
That's a play that's got to be made behind the plate. Now, still with only one out, they can get that runner home in any number of ways.
And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. Waiting next is Brian McCann. Just hung in there on that one. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
Well, that's just some indecision there on 3-2. Well, he's thinking, should I swing? You could just see him try and hold up, but by that point, he'd already broken the plane. That's an easy call.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
That one's going to find the seats. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2. 2 outs here with a runner at third. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking on the final out, so that's a tough pitch to lay off.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Fly ball to straightaway left. After it is Aoki. And he tracks it down. And this ball game is over.
Yeah, what a nice job to come in here and finish this one off. And with that, he picks up career save number 1. So nice going.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there along the way, but aside from that, he was definitely a difference maker out there.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Mariners win it 5-1. Good night from the Bronx.
Our final line score tonight, first for the victorious Seattle Mariners. 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Yankees, 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Thanks for joining us this evening, and please drive home safely.